Oh, hi dear. Oh, you're adorable when you're not angry. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Cabotsaurus Rex and tonight we are going to be finishing up Slay the Princess. I actually may turn this into a series where I do all the princesses, but you know, let's just see what happens. So, if you're appreciating the moderately more than mediocre content, do me a huge favor. Take the like button and send it to the moon, and then take the subscribe button and send it to the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean. With that being done, we're going to get... Alright, now we're going to get started. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Alright. Wow, it's been a while.
You're here to slay.
Let's just keep going.
You make your way up a warn. She will. We're not going to ignore it.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ablaze.
Let's just enter the basement.
The door to her voice.
Hello?
Yes. Don't let.
Hi!
Be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visit.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi. Do you think...
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
You don't know your name?
Princess, her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Nose. Beak beak.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, it actually has a lot to do with things.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen. But okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Maybe she's been eating rats.
It's more difficult.
Let's examine the change.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy. Far too solid.
Oh my god. Sorry, I have a very large puppy who is feeling playful.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Now, whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chain somewhere in the cabinet.
Okay.
No.
Here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. There's someone else here.
Okay.
Make your way to the bottom of easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's
Who
a
is they?
rising in the princess's.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could...
She barely hesitates.
Oh,
before raising
God.
her teeth tearing through her limb with a determination as she rips her flesh from her bone. The sound comes from it's the blade from upstairs. If you're not sure, we could use it to. You won't like one.
Let's save the princess.
And you cut into her. The blade is sharp, and it takes her limb full. She didn't know. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling?
Thank you.
Alright.
No. Wait, watch.
on her!
Stop that.
Something's
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low. But the princess dodges. Stop it. Stop trying to
Oh, it doesn't let me resist anymore.
you right now. A betrayal of will is still a betrayal.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity. You have a weapon. It's not enough to
Oh, dear.
You collapse to the floor.
Oh.
Responsive as your blood pools on
See, I wanted to see what would happen if I freed her and didn't keep asking her what she wanted.
eyes shining in the dark.
But, womp womp.
Stained in red, as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone
Yeah, you
differently,
can start seeing her evolution right here.
What's happened? I'm sorry, but it's over.
Womp womp.
Everything goes dark.
The witch.
You're on a path,
She's a witch!
and at the end of that path is a cat. You're here.
This is my nose, this is a false one.
She will lie. Don't worry.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cat.
Let's just enter the basement.
No blade. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time, and we still. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase to
Ooh.
muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you. The air smells of dirt and copper. Her voice
Alright.
skittered.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs.
Ooh.
Calm down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably. Hello.
Recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the.
She must have you confused. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole You can't. Unless you look. I'm just throwing ideas. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to
Oh,
know what
dear.
everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Not always.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Actually, most people just want to hear themselves talk.
You need to stop lingering. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Oh, hi dear. Oh, you're adorable when you're
Entering
not
the
angry.
room below. You can just the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Look at her. She's adorable.
Once again, seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Yes.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reason. Well, you seem to be great at it.
What the? What? He's a schmooze.
Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it.
Ooh.
Won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Let's see.
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been
Oh.
plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
I wasn't able to resist again. I wanted to.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did. Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Let's see, but I don't want to fight.
Because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall.
Ooh,
from her wrist.
there we go.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way.
Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
You're gonna kill me, and it's okay.
Taking one cautious step at a time till you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact.
She's
even
adorable!
if you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no. We don't do that. If anyone is going to turn their back on, it shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. If it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. That doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out. But if you help...
Let's just step onto the
That's right. You're
stairs.
the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
Ooh, what's she gonna
You say
do?
that because you want us to feel. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is... Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But... The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all... Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp.
Womp womp.
The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots.
Oops.
Finally, you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting... Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One
Oops.
fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken...
I'm pretty sure nobody does.
You were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralyzed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
Ooh.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, and then you'd say something like, wow, that's enough. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down. It's just one problem. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing with the princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Oops.
Ho ho ho! She's as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Hilarious.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment.
Ah! Keep hitting that button.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way.
Oops.
What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there?
Oh.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh, but you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where does she... Is that a... But it feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him. Okay. If you... Finally.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again, but the mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Ooh. You find yourself in the long quiet again. We're at the cabin. That's a lot of arms.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Let's see. How many more of it? Jojo, out! No!
Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity
Jojo,
will pull
get
you
out!
back to me.
Oh my goodness, puppy.
It will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay, he got a squeaky toy. Good. Okay.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Okie dokie.
If I did,
Oh.
I would already be awake.
Let's go back.
Next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Ooh! That's right. Everything goes dark and you die. So, if we're not able to hurt each other, how come everything goes dark and you die? That is the question.
You're on a can't. You're here.
Alright. Let's just...
You make your way up. Warn. She will lie. We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the blade.
Let's just enter the basement.
The door. Her voice.
Hello?
Is. Don't let it fool you. Good.
Just checking on you.
Still
My
seem to
goodness.
reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may. You walk down. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Hey.
So it won't even let me just automatically get the chains.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of... It's not like you'd believe me. Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
Oh,
I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's. How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
let's examine the
They're large and
chains.
heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere
I can
upstairs.
still release her.
Okay, I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way. You try the door. You make your way to the bottom.
Oh, it won't even let me help her.
Without hesitation,
Womp.
reach down,
It takes away
unzip
your
the princess's
options.
back. The wound drives her to the. Okay. There's no go.
You bastard.
The princess pushes away from you. The motion wounded, but still alive. She crouches on all fours.
You've made a
Oh.
terrible enemy, and there's nothing.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. I'm not so. Don't waver now. As you ready your blades to deliver a lethal blow, your knife cuts into her head. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now.
Well,
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shake. We can still turn this. The princess. What if she doesn't succumb? You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy. Okay, we can make this work.
ooh.
She has an awful wound, and we have. You settle in against the fire. It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Oh,
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. Huh? It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my...
She sounds terrified. As she violently rattles the door, you do.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Do you think a couple of of cuts is enough to do me in? I'm not as frail as...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
Hang on.
Lock broken.
Hang on.
The table shoved out of the way.
If the door opens that way, why did we put the table in front of it?
Where is she?
Thanks for helping.
Oh.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your... Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel...
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gill. A shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't... I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oops.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay... Oh, warning. She will... I don't think... It doesn't matter. The interior of the cabin is
Oh!
clean. The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a long
Well.
table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door?
It's a very good question. What happened to the
It's a
door?
frame. She's already got naps, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. If you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you'll go... So deep breath in, deep breath.
Let's take the blade this time.
Pick the blade. Is it going to be enough, though? Couldn't you give it... The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. More than capable of pulling this off, so long as... Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to... You walk up the wall next
A
to
ruckus.
the door for it. What are you talking about? You reach forward,
Oop.
rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Yep, usually.
You cross
Oh,
over the threshold.
look at
You'll
these.
see it. What eyes, too? You never mentioned the eyes.
Oh, those are eyes, and they're blinking at me.
Air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static.
Ooh.
As if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be her cruel and playful.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Oh boy.
You really don't remember, do you?
Alright. Let's just continue down the
You're
stairs.
at the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find
Ooh.
yourself between two loose... She could be anywhere. And then you're really not gonna... No, I'm not. Salty, excuse me. Not tight.
I keep hitting the mouse button.
Please stop saying...
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really mean.
I bet. Let's go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I
Oops.
As the princess approaches, your legs
Oh dear.
go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
I brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your
Oops.
being is coming to alert. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want? And then experience stops once more as your body
Ruh-roh.
reaffirms death. Okay, whatever you do, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that you have second? Yes, I'm sure. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Your weapon is still in your hands. What? No.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so fun.
Let's see what happens.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body. Shit. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
I don't trust having up. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feet. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She.
Why, are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're important to me now. And besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen.
She urges you forward. You place a shaky foot on the first step. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your
Ooh.
neck. Your limbs buzzing with pins and needles. An uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first
Uh-oh.
The door was from... I know he's messing with us. You can't lose your cool. We need you. Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more... Oh, look at that.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Ooh.
Pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This is
Uh-oh.
right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Anyways, like he said, you're not really in... I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is
Ooh.
waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said what... Oh, do you want to hear from? Yes. Well, I thought we do. This is important. Right. Heart, lungs, liver. Okay. You're terrible at this. I know. Doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to...
What are you doing?
Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything. They were asking you for your blood. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Fuck this guy. Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves. But I suppose if I had to make... Thank you for your gracious... But that's a marginal preference. I'll have to deal with him later. I'd just... Whatever. You heard what he had. All right. I'm done. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say, my patience
Uh-oh.
is running open. The door.
Let's leave the cabin. Just see what
Doorknob
happens.
twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
Ooh. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Let's,
It feels so cold. Okay, we try.
there we go. Yes, you can trust me, I am you. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. You are nothing at all. Ooh. Oh, look! It's a burb! But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of the glass in two. And then another crack forms in another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms in another, turning the mirror... Oh. What are you?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one
Oh.
of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Interesting.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Oh, if you made me, then what am
There was
I?
a long quiet. The god I made to rid the world of death.
What is the princess? Did you make her
She
too?
is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task.
Interesting. But death and change are important.
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery.
No,
Everyone
that's not
will be
good.
with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever.
See, I actually have a problem with that. Because everything has a beginning and end. If you take away the end, things fester and go sideways.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could
Doesn't
share
mean
my
you can't.
being with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
But, I mean, to be honest, it's not like you can't hope for it to last a long time. But having an end is part of what gives things purpose. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me.
You. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will. Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon.
Interesting. Let's just destroy the mirror. You've heard enough. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh dear. That's awkward.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Aww. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. I don't know what that means.
To capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
As your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
I think it's time for us to leave this
Nothing
place.
brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in your limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Ooh, look at that. You are free, and she is with you.
Magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe the absolute reality, something that simply is.
Everything. Just like it all.
Alright, let's step into the infinite. You and she step forward in 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you always have been and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Aww. That's very sweet. Cool. Alright, well. That was, that's neat. I think I am gonna actually play through this again a couple more times and get to all the iterations of the princess just to see how many endings there are and stuff. So stay tuned. Also, there will be more Majora's Mask once I find the power unit for my Wii. And yeah, stick around for more adventures. Oh, also, there's gonna be... well, there's just going to be more games. There's going to be more fun. I'm going to try and break everything up and not just do one long series at a time. So, yeah. Remember, you are loved, you are important, and you and your feelings are valid. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye!